everybody? Welcome to another Turn and Burn Tuesday. My name is Greg Olson Pilot. I'm a real world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation and flight simulation to all your wonderful people out there. How's everyone doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? Hopefully you all are having a fantastic day wherever you are. We're going to be doing some real world A320 Air Canada operations, flying from Montreal to Toronto and back again. This route is done on a real world A320. Air Canada takes quite a varied mix of aircraft here. Anywhere from a Bombardier C Series to a A330-300. So it is a very, 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 very busy route that they do here between Montreal and Toronto. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. We'll hop onto the flight deck here. I've already imported the flight plan into the tablet, but first let's go ahead and get IR 1, 2, and 3 online. We'll go ahead and get the recorder ground control going, and we shall test the CBR. That sounds like a good tone. I'll bring the volume up there so everyone can hear it there. Everything else looks good there. Oh, looks like someone's taken off there. Let's do an engine fire test. Sounds good. APU also sounds good. And then lastly, engine fire 2, all looks good there. Hydraulic and fuel all looks good. Battery the electric panel, that all looks good. The air conditioning panel, everything is set for now. I'll get the APU turned on here in just a minute. The anti-ice panel, wing and engine are all off. Window probe heat is an auto with the cabin pressurization, and auto with the ditching hatch guarded and extinguished. Our external lights all look good. We'll go ahead and get the APU going at this time. No smoking is on. Seatbelt sign is off. We'll go ahead and arm the emergency exit lights on the first officer's overhead panel. We have the PA out into the 3 o'clock position. VHF3 is in data. That looks good. Everything else on his side of the overhead all looks good there. We're going to go over to the glare shield from left to right. All of our push buttons are extinguished. We want the flight director on. We have the current altimeter of 29083, constraints 10 nautical miles arc, and we don't need the VOR or ADFs. That looks good. On the center FCU there, we're looking for numbers or digits displayed. We want heading, vertical speed, and all the other push buttons extinguished. On the first officer's EFIS, we're looking for the same thing. We don't need the VOR or ADF. 10 nautical mile arc. Constraints, we have the current altimeter setting with the flight director on. All the other push buttons are extinguished on his side. Coming down to the main instrument panel, we're looking for the PFD on the left, ND on the right. The ISIS is aligned. The upper and lower ECAM displays are in the correct orientation there. I'll go ahead and start a chrono for our APU. The brake fan is off, gear is down with 3 green, anti-skid nozzle steering is on. The date and time are for the most part correct. That looks good there. The landing gear is down with no red arrow there. That looks good. On the first officer side, we're looking for the ND on the left, the PFD on the right. We can adjust the brightness however we see fit there. Coming on down to the center pedestal, we have CFM 56.5B4 engines. Let's see, June. Yep. That database looks correct there. Let's go to the init page. We'll do an init request. Come on down to the RMP here. I have the Montreal CTAF 99. Apparently Montreal has a CTAF now, or I don't know if VATSIM is slowly expanding the CTAF frequencies to be more worldwide, but no, I guess Canada has CTAF frequencies. So we got 19.9 and the active 22.8 and the standby. The ACP looks good, or good there. Our lighting is all set. Radar is off. Predictive wind shear is also off. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check your engine oil quantity. That looks good. Hydraulics all look good. Our status, no class 2 status messages, and our oxygen is at 1800 psi. That looks good. Our rudder trim, or sorry, our stabilizer trim is at 0. Thrust levers at idle. Our engine masters are off. Mode selector is normal. Speed brakes are retracted. Flaps are up. Our rudder trim is showing some sort of digits in the window there. And our gravity gear extension is stowed. There we go. We'll come on up to the first officer side. I have him on the load sheet. We assume that everything matches the left hand side there. The RMP and ACP all look good. Lighting is set, and there is no auto ATC. I guess Canada doesn't have the auto ATC. That is quite all right. So we'll do 2000, and then I'll turn my transponder on. That should be perfectly fine there. All right, let's go ahead and start setting up our FMS here. So we'll go in here. We want Air Canada ACA 3318. There we go. A cost index of 70. That looks good, and we'll be cruising along at 26,000 feet. And that all looks good there. The current temperature outside, we go in here. We'll select Montreal weather. ATIS. I don't think there's going to be an ATIS anywhere. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. 26 degrees. Nice and warm. There we go. Page 2 here. Looks like we're a zero fuel weight of 128.4, so we'll do 128.4 and a zero fuel weight CG of 32.0%, 32.0% with a block fuel of 15.9. That's what we'll put in here. A reserve fuel, or sorry, a alternate fuel of 1.2. I have no clue where YKF is, but it is what it is. 1.2 for alternate fuel. And we'll zero out our route reserve. There we go. For our flight plan, we'll plan on departing 24 left. That's what we'll do. Go ahead and do that. Montreal 4, nothing really there. It's just a straight ahead. Radar vectors Bopke. Montreal. We can plan on landing in Montreal on 24 left as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. We have Draco says, oh, hey, Subgray. How are you doing, Draco? It has been quite a little bit of time since I've seen you in the chat. How are you doing out there? Hopefully you are having a fantastic night. Got a little bit of a Voodoo Ranger here for you. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. This is for you, Draco. Alright. Let's see. I said 24 left. There we go. 24 left, and we're going to be on the Ragged 6. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Ragged 6. With the Torny transition. Go ahead and put that in there. We'll execute that or insert that. That all looks good. Excellent. Initialization, we'll go ahead and uplink our winds. We can request that. And now that I'm coming back over to our... Wow, that's not saved. So weird. All right, let me save these views real quick. All right, and then I need this view as well. We'll go ahead and save. Okay, close enough. Alrighty. Let's go here. Departure 24 left. Actually, before we start pulling that data, let's go ahead and begin loading mass and balance. We'll load the aircraft, refueling, and GSX. There we go. Departure 24 left. Dry. Optimal limit. That was that there. We'll sync the prelim 144 even, so that's going to be 146 even. Oh, nope. Okay. 146.0. There we go. And really? It can't sync the. Oh. Okay. Come on now. CYUL. 24 left. Try. I'm gonna leave that win just as it is. We'll go ahead and calculate that. 145, 145, 147 with a flex of 62. We'll send that to the McDo. We have performance. We'll clear nav accuracy upgrade. 145, 145, 147, flex of 62. That all looks good. We'll do a descent. We'll plan on descending at 290 knots there. And we can copy our secondary flight plan. At this time, we can go ahead. We don't have a clearance, but that's okay. We're at 8 minutes here on the APU. So let's go ahead and turn on the bleed air. That should be good. In fact, we can go ahead and turn off the external power. That should be good as well. That's weird. Alrighty, let's go ahead and review the route now. So, back to our main flight plan here. Would go to 10 nautical miles plan. That looks good. Let's see. There we go. We'll bring up the SID. There's not really much on the SID. It's actually radar vectors to a Bopke. Then from Bopke, we shall go Melty. Direct to Torney. And then from Torney, we'll go to Libum. Libum to Exap. Exap to Udinox. And then to Ragged. From Ragged, we will go to Dinka, and that's going to be at 7,220 knots. 7,220 knots. From there, we'll go to Emalu. And then from there, we will pick up the ILS. There we go. So we have Emalu will go to Lisdu at or above 3,000 feet. Go ahead and hide that so we can have a slightly bigger picture there. And then from Lisdu to Kyrex. Kyrex is going to be at or above 1970. 1970, that looks good. And then we have the runway. Runway should be about 4 miles. And a 3-degree glide slope. That's 4 miles, 3-degree glide slope to the runway. For the missed approach, going to be climb heading 237 to 1.5 DME. Then climbing left turn to 3000 on a 159 heading to intercept the 189 to Pitvo. So that all looks like that is in there. That all looks good. Excellent. We shall go ahead and put that back in plan mode. Let's go ahead, or sorry, arc mode. We will go and bring up our position here for Montreal. We're looking for 4528.2. We got 4527.6. That looks good. West of 073, 44.5, 073, 45.0. That looks good enough for me. We can go ahead and brief our Ghost FO here. Are you ready for a briefing? Excellent. Yes. What are your threats? Well, the biggest threat will be taxiing out of here. That should be a fairly long taxi. We'll just exit at here at whatever spot 2 is. I'm assuming that's spot 2, or not ball note 2. That's probably ball note 2. Yeah, it's ball note 2. And we'll take Alpha. We can just take Alpha all the way down to the end. When we do get down to the end of the runway, plan on doing a flaps 1 flex, standard reject considerations. Do you have any questions about what we need to reject for? Nope. Excellent. In the event of an engine failure after V1, we'll continue straight ahead to about 4,000 feet. We'll clean up the aircraft, work the ECAM, and make an emergency return plan back to 24 right. 24 right has 11,000 feet of runway available to us, so that should be more than enough runway there. Otherwise, we'll continue out on the SID, get our radar vectors to our first fix. Let's see, no ATC online, so we'll just go all the way up to 26,000 feet. Although I think Toronto does have some ATC online, so we'll definitely be able to get some vectors into Toronto there. So 26,000 feet, 19.9 is the CTAF, and we'll squawk 2,000 for now since I have not received an auto ATC. 3318. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm connected correctly. So, yeah, there we go. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to our briefing? Nope. Excellent. We are all done here. Let's see. Do I need to, are we still getting fuel? No, we're not getting fuel anymore. Let's go ahead and check what our fuel load should be. 15.9 with a minimum of 15.4. So there we go. 59 with a minimum of 54. That all looks good. We're done getting fueled. All right, we can turn the fuel pumps on. Our EFS looks good. Altitude is set. Terrain on ND is on. Our parking brake is on and checked. ACP and RMP look good. We already checked our position here. ND looks good. PFD, we have V1, V2, climb, and nav blue. Flight directors 1 and 2. We can go ahead and check. Our oxygen looks good. We can do it before start. Checklist recorder, ground control is on. Flight forms and a maintenance log on board reviewed. Aircraft, I think it's like 416, 496, something like that. It's down here. 416. There we go. Really good at guessing. Fuel quantity 15 and 9 required. 15.9 is on board. Takeoff performance. We have 145, 145, 147 with a flex of 62. Oxygen is checked. Seatbelt sign. We'll go ahead and get that turned on. Seatbelt ECAM is checked. Park brake is on and checked. MCDU is set. Altimeters. We have 2983. Departure briefing is reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. There we go. I think they're all done actually boarding in the back there. The only thing we're waiting on are them outside to finish up loading the bags. We have the blacked out Jetz livery for Air Canada here. What a fantastic blacked out livery that they have done. I was looking at them like it looks more of a matte black than a high shine black, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know. So it looks like they have two more carts to load up here, which is perfectly okay. SimBrief was not able to import because of the time. That's what I'm starting to find out is like, because they don't run everything in real time, SimBrief doesn't like it. It is what it is, but that is quite alright. We can go ahead and get some sort of boarding music going there as we get the aircraft loaded up and underway. And in the real world, this flight almost goes out at the same time that we're doing it right now. So, not bad. I mean, we're not running real time in the sim, but in terms of real world time, this is the time that right around here is when it's going to be going out. Like I said, Air Canada runs everything from a C series or A220, whatever you want to call it, all the way up to an A330 on this route. So a very, 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 very busy route. And Air Canada is not the only one that runs it. You also have Air Transit and a few other Canadian carriers that run this route. So very busy route. Toronto obviously being a very, very, very populous city. Montreal being another high populated city. So it'd be like if LA and New York were right down the road from each other. That's essentially what this route is. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic evening out there. And in the real world, my Grey Eagle in-laws, the in-laws, I'll just call them the in-laws, not Grey Eagle in-laws, but the in-laws will be heading to Canada tomorrow. They're going to be spending about 2 weeks up on a lake in Canada. Sorry, not 2 weeks. That is woefully underestimating their time there. They're going to be spending about 2 months up in Canada on a beautiful lake up there. So hopefully they enjoy their entire time up there. Should be a great time for them. Summertime in Canada, absolutely amazing. Just like if you go anywhere in the Midwest or the northern U.S. in the summertime, the heat is not nearly as bad as if you were in, let's say, Miami, Florida at this time of year. So absolutely beautiful weather up there, beautiful climate, great time to get into a lake, to get into the beach without being overly hot and or without being overly cold up there as well. Looks like they are loading up the last of the bags. And I like to I like to take this opportunity to thank Max Racing. Thank you for, I think you're the one that suggested this livery. And at first I wasn't going to do it. I was going to do a really cool, different, special retro livery. And then I started looking at the real world flights and saw that they take a 320 on this flight. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to do the 320. And since I'm doing a 320, I might as well do this livery. So thank you for suggesting the Jetz livery. Thank you, Max Race. I really do appreciate that. It looks like they are all done boarding up down below. Everything is closed up. Our jet bridge should be removed. Nope, it is not removed right now. So let's go ahead and go in here. We'll go to ground services. We do not need PCA chocks or the GPU. The door is closed, so that's good. Let's go ahead and arm all of our slides. Alrighty, all of our slides are armed. We can close the cockpit door. That looks good. We have our pants on. Slides are armed. Seatbelt sign and beacon are on. That all looks good. Let's go ahead. We want GSX to continue our pushback nose to the left. That's what it looks like there. So we are all set to go. I'll go ahead and release our parking brake here. And let's go ahead and check our final load closeout here, shall we? We'll go load out or load sheet. We'll accept that. We have 128.5. So 128.4. That looks 128.5. And we're looking at a zero fuel weight of 32.0%. That all looks good. We'll go ahead and insert that there. We have been cleared to start our engine, so let's go ahead and get those engines started. I'll turn the sim volume up at this time. There we go. Let's go ahead and listen to the beautiful engine start here. All right, brake set clear to disconnect the interphone. Y'all have a great day. Alrighty, that sounds like two good engine starts to me. We're gonna go ahead and wait for the rest of our ground crew to get all clear here. They're waving me a pin. That looks good. I have a salute. I will give them a salute. Oh, nope, that wrong one. I will give them a salute back. Excellent. As he walks away, let's go flaps one. After start checklist. Engine anti-ice is not needed. Status is checked. The rudder trim is at 0. After start checklist is complete. We are clear on the left. We are clear on the right. We can release the brakes and begin our taxi out to runway 24 left. Toronto traffic. Air Canada 3318. Will be taxiing runway 24 left via Alpha. Sorry, Montreal traffic. There we go. Alrighty, I think it said Toronto traffic initially, but that is quite alright. So we'll proceed down this alleyway here. Slide you over there. There we go, so you all can keep up with where we are, what we're doing. Excellent. Got the map up for your view and pleasure. Once we do turn on to Alpha, then we can do all of our fun stuff like the flight control check, all of that. So what we'll do is we'll take the first right and then the first left. So we'll go right here. And then we'll go left right here. And this should be Alpha. We'll be able to take Alpha all the way down to the end. Excellent. Now with that, we are established on a taxiway here. Let's go ahead and do a flight control check, shall we? Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudders. Full left. Full right. Neutral. We'll go ahead and get our auto brake set to max there. Our rudder trim, we're looking at 0.3 units down. That looks good. Let me look up real quick so I can stop swerving all over the taxiway here. Excellent. Excellent. We'll get the predictive wind shear on and we can test our takeoff configuration. Excellent. Let's do a before takeoff checklist. Flaps, we have one planned and one indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are all checked. Our weight is at 144.2. We were looking at 143.9. That looks good. Our stamp trim is that 30.0%, and we were looking at 30.0%. Flight controls are checked. ECAM memo takeoff no blue. The before takeoff checklist is to the line. Doing a little zigzag here. I don't know why it's zigzagging so much, but it is what it is. Trying to keep it going straight, but I think I'm all over the place. Let's go ahead and seat the flight attendants for departure. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Alrighty, we can go below the line. Runway and FMS. Put you on flight plan. Put you on performance. We have runway 24 left in the box on the screen and out the window. That is checked. Minimum takeoff fuel. Let's see. 15.4 required, 15.7 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode is normal. TCAS, TARA, the before takeoff checklist is complete. Let's see, we'll go ahead and slow you down. Excellent. There's really only one intersection here. Okay. The final appears to be clear. The runway is definitely clear. Haven't heard anyone on the frequency. So, in that case, I forgot to turn the sim volume down. That's okay. Sim volume is all the way up. We can go ahead and take the runway. We'll let the cabin crew know that we're getting ready to take the runway here. There we go. 24 left. Final looks clear. Runway is clear. Beautiful Air Canada livery that we have here. I do like the white with the bandit mask, but I also like this all blacked out livery. Looks so amazing. I bet you this livery looks awesome when it's like taxiing through like 20 feet of snow up in northern Canada or something like that. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to it. We are ready. Have down on the side stick. We'll spool up the engines to about 50%. Looks good. Flex. Thrust set. $80 checked. V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Beautiful. There's climb. Climb is set. We'll go ahead and get autopilot 1 on at this time. I'll bring the sim volume back down to a more reasonable level there. Once we get the flaps up, then we'll begin our turn to Bobke there. Direct to Bobke. I'll hold that for when we're ready. Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Beautiful. Flaps are up. Go ahead and disarm our speed brakes there. Landing gear is up, no lights. Flaps are up, and we have differential pressure. After takeoff checklist is complete, let's go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. Beautiful departure here out of Montreal, Canada. You can see the airport just on the right side of the window there, getting ready to leave the window frame. There we go. A slightly better view of the island. Wow, absolutely a ton of farmland just outside of Montreal there. That's what, if you look down and you see all of those neat square plots, that's farmland. That's how you know when you're over a farming community, farming city, farming state, is when you look down and you see all that square land. That's what they're doing down there. It looks like we're through 10,000 feet. I'll put you back in arc. We'll go ahead and get our lights turned off there. Beautiful. There we go. An amazing shot as we head down south from Montreal, Canada there. Very straightforward departure. Very easy. Nice that Montreal only has the one departure out of there, which is a radar vectors departure. So absolutely awesome that they have that. Again, if you're watching out there, welcome to the Eagle's Nest. Thank you for joining the live stream this evening as we do another Turn and Burn Tuesday on the way down to Toronto from Montreal. After this Turn and Burn segment, tomorrow we'll be making our way. I'm not too sure if I want it to be Detroit or Chicago. I haven't figured out which one I want to do quite yet. Again, I'll probably do Air Canada ops. I don't know how real it will be, since I kind of am making for the next I don't know, week or two. I'll be making up my own flights. So tomorrow we'll be making our way, like I said, to either Detroit or Chicago, and then from there we'll make our way into Providence, Rhode Island, but that's going to be next week. As we all know, next week is going to be Flight Sim Expo, so definitely look forward to flying in and out of Providence. Is it Providence, Rhode Island? Yes, Providence, Rhode Island, which I think is pretty much the city where Flight Sim Expo is going to be. And for me, a little bit of nostalgia, as that is how this channel was born. Essentially, about 1 year ago, we did the FS Expo shuttle in and out of Las Vegas, and that's pretty much like where I started the channel. So I plan on doing absolutely the same thing. So I do have a few days off in a row next week, and I do plan on using that time. We have Monday will be the flight into Providence. Tuesday will be a turn and burn Tuesday. Of course, I have to stick with turn and burn, so we're going to be doing a turn and burn Tuesday next week. Let's see. We are through transition. Let's go ahead and go standard. We'll pull standard once, twice, and thrice. Let's see. Let's go ahead and double check our altimeter into Toronto here. Oh, are the winds shifting around in Toronto? No, not really. It is an 8-knot crosswind. It is a 1-knot headwind. It is what it is. The winds are 140 at 8. Okay. It is what it is. The altimeter is 2980, so we can go ahead and put that in there. 2980, we can set that once. We can set that twice. And we can set that thrice. There we go. Excellent. On our way up to 26,000 feet, 2980. Let's see. Can I go ahead and put this in the approach page here? 2980. That's good. The temperature is 22 degrees. I do like that. And the winds are 140 at 8. There we go. Minimums for 24 left are going to be 747, an airplane that I will never have the opportunity to fly, although we do have Flight Simulator, so I definitely have the opportunity to fly it in the Flight Simulator here. There we go. I'll bring that in just one there. Excellent. We'll hide that. I'll bring you out, and we will get rid of you. Excellent. Yeah, so like I was saying, we should be going into Providence, Rhode Island from either Detroit or Chicago. Then turn and burn Tuesday. I'm thinking pretty much we're going to turn and burn down to Washington, D.C. and back. I think that's where I want to do my turn and burn at. You know, it could be Boston. Boston's insanely short. So I think we'll do a turn and burn down to DC and back. And let's see. Then we have Wednesday and Thursday. And I haven't figured out those 2 days yet, but well, I'll figure it out. We'll go out somewhere and then back in. And I don't know if I'm going to do a double stream, meaning, you know, do an afternoon stream and then an evening stream. I certainly should have the time to do an afternoon stream and an evening stream, which means I got to double up on the sitting pairings there. Because I think Thursday night will be the last time I'll be able to stream right before the Flight Sim Expo. So we'll see. Everything is still very much fluid right now, but that is quite all right. As I started figuring out airports, you know, everything is kind of predicated on airports that I have installed in the simulator. And airports that aren't going to be like crazy far away, right? Like I don't want to do like Providence to Dallas, Fort Worth and back. That would be like, that's literally an entire day worth of streaming, right? So I don't want to do anything like that. I want to do stuff that's going to keep it short, going to keep it interesting. I mean, it is the shuttle flights into the Flight Sim Expo, so we should be doing a lot of 1.5 hour segments on the Airbus here, and we'll see. That when I first started the channel, we didn't even have the A321, so maybe somewhere in there I stick some A321 flying, which would be absolutely fantastic if we got to do some A321 flying. Hopefully some JetBlue ops I'll try to get in there. Obviously I want to try to do some Air Canada ops. So we'll see. I'll try to fit in as many different airlines as I can into the streams here. I want to give all of the airlines a little bit of love there. So I just don't know which version of Providence I want to go with. Should I go with the INI builds? I think I am leaning more towards the INI builds. Providence, Rhode Island scenery, as that is essentially I don't want to say it's one of the best ones out there, but I trust INI builds, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. I know they're not going to do the customer wrong, and I know the airport's going to look good. And, you know, I'm kind of disappointed that I do have a few BM World AmSim sceneries and all the drama that went down with that developer. And I did download them from the INI store, but because of all the drama that went on with BM World AmSim, INI no longer supports their product, so I can't update their products unless I import everything to BM World's website directly, and I don't have the receipts, so can't go in and get my stuff transferred so I can download the updates, because I really need the update for Flight Sim 2024 for Miami. If you notice, we haven't done any Miami flying in 2024, and that's because there's a glitch or a bug with the BM World AmSim scenery, where the palm trees are like, you know, 90,000 feet high and about 1 mile wide. It's super weird. That's a thing that happens. So I don't it makes it just not enjoyable to fly out of Miami. So maybe I go with I think Latin VFR has a Miami airport. I don't want to buy another Miami airport, and that's the issue. Like I bought the Miami airport. I don't want to have to buy it again. You know. Call me what it is. I'm being cheap. I don't want to buy more than I have to, right? Like I'm in this to be the normal flight simmer. Like I don't have, you know, a force feedback base for my yoke. I don't have the entire Airbus center throttle quadrant thing that costs like $3,000 for you to have in your house. I just have a side stick and some throttles. That's it. You can enjoy this hobby without having to drop $2,000 on a side stick and, you know, another $3,000 on a center pedestal that has the thrust levers and the trimmable horizontal stabilizer and the actual flap handle that feels and looks exactly how it would be, and the rudder trim that looks and feels exactly how it should be, and the integral lighting exactly how it should be. Like you don't have to pay an extreme amount of money to get into this hobby. It's a hobby that should be for everyone. You know, and I think that's where Microsoft is trying to do the best that they can by offering the different tiers of their product. You still get the same game. You just get a few more airplanes if you pay a little bit more. You get a few more scenery if you pay for more. But still, you'll be able to, with the base version of the game, a side stick and a throttle quadrant, be able to hop into this simulator and have an amazing time looking down on Mother Earth and all of her beauty. Just look down at Mother Earth and all of her beauty. That's what Microsoft Flight Simulator is all about. That's what flight simulation is all about. It's not about sitting here and listening to some streamer trying to sell you on a force feedback yoke. Would it be cool to have? Maybe, but even as an Airbus pilot, I really don't want to spend the money to get a force feedback yoke so it feels like the Airbus. I don't need that. I got the real airplane. I hop in the simulator to have fun and have some freedom and take a break from reality for a little bit, right? Like, there's no rules or regulations. I mean, yeah, there are rules and regulations when I'm flying on VATSIM, right? But like, there's no rules and regulations. Or like, if I miss a checklist item, like, there's no harsh consequences that could come with that. So that's sorry to go on a little bit of a rant there, but I'm not one that's gonna tell you to go out and buy a $2,000 yoke so you can have the best Airbus experience ever. You don't need that. Get yourself a cheap yoke. Let Phoenix do the rest, right? The Phoenix Airbus will do the rest. The fly-by-wire Airbus will do the rest. The fly-by-wire is a free Airbus, and it feels just as good with my cheap side stick, my cheap Thrustmaster side stick, as the real airplane does. So that just goes to show you that if you can program software, you know what you're doing, you can make anything feel like the real thing. So my 2 cents. I can step off the podium now if I want. I really want to. But hopefully everyone is having a good time. Welcome to anyone out there listening. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. We are on our way from Montreal, Canada, down to Toronto, Canada, in the Jetz Air Canada A320. Real world A320 route, by the way. Toronto Center got offline, so we have no ATC online. That is quite all right. I am not mad about that. We will make our way in to Toronto here. Let's see. We have just about 70 miles to our top of descent. So we reviewed the arrival on the ground. So we'll go ahead and turn the LS push buttons on. I think everything is set here. Let's go ahead and double check to see if the... Yeah, I don't think the ATIS has changed at all. But let's double check, shall we? Max Reason says, howdy, great. How are you doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? Max Reason, welcome to another live stream. Hopefully I haven't been rambling too much in your ear there, but welcome to another live stream. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. I have some Voodoo Ranger here just for you. This sip is for you. Welcome. Cheers. All right, let's see. So I wanted to pull up the weather for Toronto, YYZ, as they say, and the rest of the world there. Weather via METAR. Yeah, 22 to 9. Okay, so nothing has changed on the ATIS yet. So there we go. Nope. Let's go ahead and stow you. You say the weather has been going insane lately on the East Coast. Has it? Now I'm not too sure. It's been pretty fine, I think. I don't know. I feel like as someone who's crisscrossed the country the last few days, the weather's bad everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, the weather is literally bad everywhere. You know, depending on what specific city you're on, you could have amazing weather, but otherwise, there has been thunderstorms literally everywhere in the U.S. The last few days. And don't even get me started on the airplane I had a few days ago. I've been watching the radar. Really, it's been really that bad. So a few days ago, the airplane I had, oh my gosh. The forward lavatory, for some reason the forward lavatory, the toilet was just, I don't know, it was draining into, it was super weird. I've never seen water it looked like it was coming from under the floor. That's where it looked like it was coming from. It was coming from under the floor, and it just would not stop coming from under the floor. After, I don't know, an hour or so of maintenance tinkering and trying to figure out what happened, they finally figured out it was the toilet. They drained the water from the toilet, turned off all the water to the lavatory, and that stopped it. But that was no bueno. Don't like having to take a 1 hour delay for that. So it you know, it is what it is at that point. But so we had to shut off that lavatory for the flight. Fortunately, there's more than just the first the front forward lavatory. So we were able to leave. I was comfortable with leaving with the forward lavatory inoperative because we had other lavatories on the airplane for people to leave. But you know, it could have been one of those things. The other option would have been for them to disable the potable water on the entire aircraft. And if they disable the potable water, then I literally told them, I was like, I'm not going to take the airplane if you disable the entire water system. That's just not fair to the passengers, much less the crew. And even then, with the MEL that would have been applied, still, it required the flight attendants to give passengers a bottle of water to go to the lavatory with, so they can flush the It's so weird. Like, it's just, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. No, you can disable the water system, but no, I'm not leaving like that. Do you have a curved monitor? No, I do not. I have two flat screens. They're both the same size. I have two 34-inch 4K flat screen monitors that I use. So no, I don't use a curved monitor at all. I've thought about it. I don't know. And maybe it's one of those things that I have to go and get and look at, so that I am 7,000 is the bottom on the ragged here. So we'll go ahead and do 7,000 feet. Uh, 20 miles. I'll wait for the 10-mile range there. It's just I've never used a curved screen before. Mrs. Grey Eagle uses one for her, work. I guess I shouldn't see an issue with using a curved screen because it doesn't look unnatural to use, right? Like when it's centered in front of you, it doesn't look unnatural to use. The issue is I don't have the desk space right now to have a monitor where the center of the curve will be right in front of me, and then for it to go out on both sides, as I have my PC on one side, and then I have a monitor on the other side with one monitor right in the middle. So definitely the way I have my desktop set up right now, I'd have to put my PC on the floor, and I don't want to do that because it just looks so darn good. I can't help but to look at it. So that's why it's off on the right. My other monitor is on the left. My other monitor, that's where I have my Navigraph charts, the chat, OBS, all the other programs that I need to use to run in the background for streaming / flight simming, right? They're on the monitor to my left. I have flight sim and the monitor right in front of me, and then my PC is off to the right there. Right now, I have my the LED lights in there set to go red, white, and blue. You'll never guess why that's for, obviously. But yeah, so no, I mean, it's something I've toyed around thinking about doing. Oh, let's go ahead and start descending, shall we? Nope, 7,000 managed. Excellent. It's something I toyed around thinking about doing. I haven't really done it yet, and maybe I should. Maybe gaming, like, is using it for first-person shooters like well worth it? To have that curved screen, so you have that extra field of view. I have no clue, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. Something I've thought about doing as my main monitor, and then I can have the two 4K monitors above that, and that way I can have, you know, up to 8 different screens on those 4K monitors without having to sacrifice screen space. So right now it's kind of hard to manage all the other amps that you run in the background on one screen while you have your main screen, the one right in front of me, right in front of me, just displaying what you see in the stream. So I don't know, maybe I'll do it. Give that lavatory a new contract. It does, as the lavatory went on strike is what happened. It 100% did, because the airplane flew in perfectly fine, and the second I step on the airplane to take it back out is when the lavatory decided that it wanted to leak water all over the airplane. So the biggest concern about that was since it was the forward lavatory, right just in front of that, so between the forward lavatory, so the forward lavatory is right just behind the flight deck, and right on the floor is a set of grates, and those grates lead down into the avionics bay. So they're literally cooling vents for the avionics bay. And so that's literally what the maintenance / operations / everyone was trying to keep the water from going down that grate and getting into avionics, because we knew if water started getting on any of the avionics down below, like we could fry a computer, and we don't want to. You don't want to fry a computer on a fly-by-wire aircraft, because you have no computer. You can't fly the airplane, right? So that was my concern. That was everyone's concern, was trying to get the water from stop flowing into the avionics bay. So but maintenance did open the avionics bay. There was a little bit of water that was absorbed by the insulation. Nothing that got into the avionics itself. So that was the good thing about that. And they said it was good, like because of where it was, it would just, and how the ventilation for the avionics bay works, that it was going to dry out in flight. So that was the nice thing there. Can you imagine a flight attendant walking up to you and saying, "Here, take this"? Yeah. "Oh, are you going to go to the bathroom? You're going to need this bottle of water. Thank you. Pour it into the toilet. Pour it into the lavatory before you flush it, so that you can get a good solid flush." Like that, it would be the weirdest thing to have for the flight attendants to do the entire flight, right? And that's just like a waste of money as well. Like, how many bottles of water Reach is going to give away? Let's see. We'll go transition 2980. Set once, set twice, set thrice. There we go. Let's go ahead and do a descent checklist altimeters. Well, I forgot to brief our Ghost FO here. What threats do we have going into Toronto? I mean, I can foresee taxiing being an issue. There's a lot of like little taxiways all over the place. 170. Wow, I forgot what our gate's gonna be. It's gonna be 179, 170. Nope, not even 170. It's going to be 137. There we go. 137 is gonna be our gate. We briefed the arrival already. Our first restriction here is Dinka 7,220 knots. That looks good. Let's plan on doing a visual, back it up with the ILS to runway 24 left, 11-7, dated 14 February 25. I'll use full flaps, low auto brakes if we need to go miss. Plan on doing a soft go around with the tower assigned heading and altitude. Let's go ahead and put 22.8 in there for now. Well, we'll just do the published mist. There's no tower on board. So we'll do the published mist and come back around to do the ILS again. When we do land, let's plan on making a right hand turned off. There we go. Right hand turn off. Delta 4 looks good. We'll take Delta 4, we'll cross runway 24 right on Delta 4, and we'll probably take, is that Delta right here? It's kind of hard to tell. No, let's take Charlie. We'll take Charlie and then Alpha, and then Alpha Kilo. That should take us to our gate area there. So we'll take Charlie Alpha Alpha Kilo to our gate. Do you have any questions there? Nope. Excellent. And I got the wing light on. Yeah, everything's on right now except our landing lights. That's good. Let's see. I just got my you got a curved monitor, Max Racing. Really? Oh my gosh. And you're loving it so far? You said total enhancer takes a bit of time to get used to it, but once your gaze acclimates, it's a great compliment to your sim setup. Oh, you have your new car coming in. That's right, because you said you had a 4090 coming in, didn't you, Max Racing? So, yeah, that's going to be a very, very sweet setup. Can you send your sim graphics? Send my sim graphics? Yeah, when we get on the ground, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Max Racing, everything ultra. That's my sim graphics, everything ultra. LODs are maxed out and everything ultra. That's what I have set up. So I don't even have to send it. I just know I have everything ultra. LODs maxed out and frame generation is on. I do not use DLSS to upscale because I find that when you use DLSS, like, and you get up close to things, like it doesn't look as sharp, right? So it doesn't look as smooth as when you don't upscale. So that's why I don't like using DLSS to upscale. I use native resolution, but I use frame gen. So native resolution, frame generation, 4K, ultra with the LODs maxed out. So I think the terrain LOD is 400 and I forgot what the other LOD is. It's 200, I think, is the max on that. So that's kind of how that goes there. So we'll go ahead and ding our flight attendants into stereo cockpit. We'll go ahead and get our lights going on there. Let's see if YYZ has a CTAF frequency. 18.7. So we'll go ahead and get 18.7 here. Go ahead and start listening to that. We can go ahead and get our in-flight music paused, and let's go ahead and get our where's the replay tool at? There it is, over there. Let's go ahead and start recording replay number 1. Excellent. And we are recording. Let's see. Do you get that weird half loaded in cockpit bug in Microsoft Flight Simulator? No, I haven't gotten that. Do you mean on like default aircraft? Because I'm usually flying the Phoenix a lot, so I don't know what you're talking about. The half loaded cockpit bug. I really don't know what you're talking about there. Alrighty, let's go down to 3,000 feet, shall we? Yeah, hopefully with Sim Update 3, where you're going to be able to download a lot more of your textures, you'll stop getting weird bugs like that. And Flight Sim 2024, because I think a lot of that has to do with aircraft that are streamed to your computer. So you being able to download those airplanes to your computer, one, is going to be absolutely fantastic in terms of people who are going to be able to mod those aircraft, because now those Toronto traffic or Canada 3318 is on a 24-mile left base for runway 24 left. Toronto traffic. Yeah, you'll be able to so like people will be able to mod aircraft, and because it's not streamed, it should work better in that aspect. So I would 100% expect that this is a good thing that Microsoft is moving towards. It was a cool concept, being able to stream the game to your PC. However, there are a lot of limitations onto what you can do with that. Okay, next thing I'll probably do is call for a what does that look like? A 18-mile final, 24 left. Hopefully they'll see us. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Are you going to the expo? No. No. I work, so that's not going to be a thing. that happens. Will I be tuning into the expo while I work? Well, 100%. Yes, I will. I will definitely be tuning in to see what's happening in the flight sim world, what the developers are doing, all the latest and greatest flight sim streamers out there. They're going to be there, showcasing different things. I kind of want to see different things. I'm in particular interested in the Bluebird 757, but that's just me. So, it is what it is. But I definitely will try to tune in and watch my favorite streamers. Hopefully they are your favorite streamers as well. Let's see. Returning inbound here. Toronto traffic, Air Canada 3318 is on a 16-mile final. Runway 24 left. Toronto traffic. Excellent. So let's go ahead and arm our approach Cat 3 dual. We'll go ahead and take control of our speed. We'll bring it back to 170 knots now. And we are VFE next minus 10, flaps 1, speed verified. So we are passing Circle D right now. That means this previous phase is going to go away. Approach phase is active. That looks good. You say you're more excited for the Synoptic A220. I would like the Synoptic A220. I think that's actually closer to the release. Flaps 2, speed verified. Toronto traffic. Air Canada 3318 is over Lisdu on the ILS 24 left. Toronto traffic. The 757, 767 would be nice. The Synoptic A220, I think, is closer to release. Obviously, I think it's closer to release than the 757. And you said that you like the 767 is chubbier and more docile. We'll see. I mean, I've never flown either one, so we'll have to see how it actually flies when it gets in sim. But, it is what it is. It should be test flown by real world 757 pilots and 767 pilots. Hopefully, preferably those who are type rated to fly both, and those who do consistently fly both. But yeah, it should be very, very, very well done to, I would say, a Phoenix level. I think they're trying to do what Phoenix is trying to do, but I don't think they have the full-time staff that Phoenix have, which is why it's taking them quite some time to do. Okay, the airport is starting to come into sight now. Excellent. Let's go ahead and arm our speed brakes here. Beautiful. Toronto traffic, Air Canada 3318 is on a 6-mile final. Runway 24 left. Toronto traffic. There we go. We'll go ahead and begin managing our speed. We can go gear down. Flaps 3, speed verified. Alrighty, we have Emilio. Thank you, Emilio, for the subscription. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go. Flaps full. Speed verified. The B4 landing checklist. The altimeters. We have 2980 and 1540. Engine mode is norm. Landing gear is down and 3 green. Our ECAM memo, landing no blue. Before landing checklist is complete, we have ground speed mini doing ground speed mini things here. Our VLS is super high because we have a nice stiff headwind there. The sim volume is going to come up now. I will talk to you all on the ground. I definitely see the Bassies coming into sight there.
500.
We're stable. Target sync 7 cleared to land. I don't see anyone else on the runway. The other people are going to 23 left, so that should be good. I will go ahead and turn off the autopilot at this time. Talk to you on the ground.
100 above.
Well, that was weird.
Minimum.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 7. 5.
There's a greaser, but it was not on center line. $80, $60. Excellent. Alrighty. So we'll take the next turn off here. Manual braking. It was a greaser, but that was not on center line. Let's go ahead and we'll get this up. So that's Delta 8 here. Alrighty. Toronto traffic. Air Canada 3318 is clear of 24 left. We'll be crossing 24 right on Delta 8 Toronto traffic. So we'll cross 24 right here. There we go. Let's go ahead and go. We're clear of the runway. Well, once we turn back towards the terminal here, then we can go flaps up. Trying not to do too many things at one time. Although the aircraft seems to want to turn fairly quickly without any input here. There we go. Excellent. Flaps up. We get both of those turned off. Those turned off on the other side. And let's go ahead and get the APU going. Excellent. Now, while I'm also going straight, I'll try and get, well, okay, don't need you. Because like I said, I think, alright, we're not on Charlie, we're on Delta. That's okay, we just got to announce we're crossing through right on Delta. I said 137, so that's not right. Nope. Is it just parking? Yeah, it's probably parking. Oh. I don't like how the gates are numbered. I just want to park. Is it C? I don't think it's C. Or is it gate? Yeah, it is gate. Okay, that's quite silly. No. Air Canada, of course. Alrighty, we'll take the left turn on Alpha here. Or not. This is Delta. Okay. So we'll take Delta Papa, and then we'll take the ramp around. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. Got an A350. Don't know what livery it's supposed to be. It's just showing up as white. There we go. And then we need to go all the way around to Alpha Kilo to get to 137. Canadian Aviation says hi. Long time no see, Canadian Aviation. How are you doing out there? Good evening. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. We are, of course, in your home country of Canada. There we go. We'll slow it up just a tad bit there. Pretty sure our gate's going to be... This airport has a knocked over cone. That is absolutely hilarious. We have Frank. How are you doing? As an A350, and he logged into VATSIM as Air Canada, so it should blink. That's so Oh, Air Canada doesn't have an A350. That's why. Yeah, thanks, Frank. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, Air Canada doesn't have any A350s, so that's why he's showing up as a blank A350 there for us. Thank you, Frank. How are you doing this evening? Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. Glad you're able to join us, Frank. Thank you. 137 is somewhere around here. I'm just not too sure where. Let's go out and find out. Nope. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Apparently she just gave up there, so we'll go ahead and set our parking brake, get our fasten seatbelt sign turned off. We can go engine master 2 off. APUs available. Engine master 1 is off. We can go back up top, get our fuel pumps turned off. Beacon light is off, and let's go ahead and check our fluid levels one more time. Oil looks good. Hydraulics look good. Status, no weird messages there, and we still have 1800 psi in the oxygen there. That all looks good. We can go ahead and do a shutdown checklist. The parking brake is on and checked. Engine masters are off. Engine mode is norm. Speed brakes disarmed. Radar is off. Windshield PWS is off. Our fuel pumps are all off. Slides 4 disarmed, and our APU is on. The shutdown checklist is complete. I can go ahead. What I'll do is log off of that sim real quick. We can stop our recording at this time. Are you doing a return flight? Yes, I am, Frank. I am doing a return flight. That's what Turn and Burn Tuesday is all about. So once we get deplaned here, we're going to load back up and head right back to Montreal. So with that said, let's go ahead and we'll get some turn music going. I will try and get this new flight plan going. We want a new flight. Nope, that's not what I want. Air Canada 3318. Let me go ahead and update the Fly Live there. Excellent. So hopefully now it shows Toronto back to Montreal for all you all out there. YYZ to YUL. We're gonna be in a 319 CFM. No, sorry. Wrong aircraft. Wow. Okay, we're in a 320 CFM. There we go. I'm gonna manually put in an altitude of 25 or 27. I'm not too sure. Let's go 27. Well, okay, let's go 25. For reasons. I don't know, just reasons. I like to have 60 minutes of fuel on board. Let's see what that's going to give us. The one thing I need to do is adjust one. That should be fine. I plan to take off a weight of 144. Because our max landing is 142, so yeah, that should be fine. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this flight plan. And one thing I'm starting to learn to do is check the max takeoff weight and max landing weight to see if we're going to be in compliance. Because what SimBrief likes to do is like file you to be like right just at your max landing weight. And you're like, no, I don't need you to like load up the exact right amount of cargo so that my fuel burn plus my cargo puts me right at max landing weight. That's dumb. That's not how that works in real life. So I've been trying to take a look at that a little bit harder. There we go. The time looks good. Everything else looks good. Do we have an alternate? Yeah, we have an alternate of Ottawa. Okay. Ottawa's the alternate. Okay. We'll go ahead and generate that flight plan. Excellent. Let me go and into VATSIM to pre-file this. Canada 3318. Yeah, that all looks good. So we'll go ahead and pre-file that. Yeah, that all looks good. We'll go ahead and connect back to the VATSIM network. Let's see. So these just went dark. Usually after 8 minutes, you'll be able to import your new flight. However, because we're in a simulator, we're able to import this a little bit sooner than we would YYZ to YUL. With Ottawa as the alternate, we're going to be Air Canada. So ACA, Air Canada 3318. That looks good. A cost index of 70. What I need to do is go in here, down here, home, and view again. It's going to reload it. Beautiful. I need to unload this. We'll import our new flight from SimBrief. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I am now looking at my subs. We went from 169 to 175. Thank you, thank you, thank you for each and every one of you who subscribed during this Turn and Burn Tuesday. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping you're enjoying your time here in the Eagle's Nest. Let's see. We want YYZ to Montreal. There we go. Is there a specific SID that we are filed for? The dead key 5 to Miglo. So that's what we want. Sync. Should I sync? Yep. Okay. Not nearly as bad as it should be. Okay. So we want the dead key 5. We're going to go to Miglo, which is all the way out here. That's perfectly fine. Oh, I still needed that, though. Cruising level is going to be 25,000 feet. Flight level 250. Icy deviation is 12 degrees warmer, so that's going to be 11. The current temperature is 21 degrees. Let's go in here. Let's pull up our... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Atsu. AOC menu. Received messages. Don't need the arrival message. I need my preliminary load sheet. That's what I need. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to bring it in here. Should I wait for that? You know what? I can do everything via SimBrief. So our zero fuel weight is going to be 127.2. And I will leave that blank for now with a block fuel of 17.4. That looks good. A route reserve will zero that out, and a alternate of 2.2 for Ottawa. Are they done deplaning? I think they're done deplaning. Excellent. Well, if that's the case, let's load right back up then. Load aircraft, GSX, boarding and refueling. There we go. That's not what I wanted. Excellent. We got the company message. That's going to give us a preliminary CG of 32.6. So we'll do 32.6. Go ahead and put that in there. Flight plan, YYZ, it's going to be 23. We'll go ahead and use that. The Jetz 5 Miglo, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Jetz 5 Miglo transition, excellent. We got that going on. How does that departure look? It is a RNAV departure or radar vector departure. Severe, so it's going to be severe. Okay. So that is going to be the transition there. And then for Montreal, what I'm planning on doing is the HAPS 7 arrival. It's going to be whatever this is, 248. Is that what it is? 248? Yeah, I think it is. 248. Okay, so HAPS 7, 248. ILS 248 on the HAPS 7. Miglo transition. Sweet. Okay, all of that looks good. All right. Excellent. We'll go flight plan. Okay, initialization. That's not what I wanted. Winds, we'll go ahead and request that. And then over to performance, so we can go ahead and look that up here. Max Racing says, great job. Oh, thank you, Max Racing. It was what it is. So it was a nice landing way off of, I mean, we kind of floated around center line there. So it is what it is. In terms of like getting it back on center line. So I definitely let the auto brakes kind of do most of the decel. So especially in a crosswind, I'm not saying there's a crosswind here, but especially in a crosswind, just let the auto brakes do the auto brakes thing, because you're going to have a hard enough time being on the runners and going back and forth trying to keep it on center line. You don't want to also have to deal with using the brakes and trying to use differential braking as well. It's a lot of information coming into your brain and a lot of information that needs to go out to your feet. You don't need to make it harder than it has to be. So usually my advice is, if you have a crosswind, just land it, let the auto brakes engage, let the auto brakes slow you down. You just worry about tracking the center line, because that's going to be hard enough in a crosswind. Let's sync our preliminary load sheet. We got 144.1, so let's go 146.1 here. What? Why are you doing nothing but fours? That makes no sense. I literally, what? I literally have nothing pressed down. We'll go ahead, okay. We'll sync the preliminary load sheet. How about that? 2-3. Calculate. Since it's never too far off of this, we'll just use this. We'll send that to the McDo. All right, 146, 146, 149 with a flex of 64. I have no clue what's going on. There's no buttons pressed right now on my keyboard. I have no clue why it keeps doing 4. Let's do 290 for our descent here. Excellent. All right, all of that is done. We do not have ATC online, so let's just go ahead and verify our route. We'll go to plan 10 nautical miles, put the flight directors back on. We're cruising along at an altitude of 25,000 feet, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. 25,000 feet. Excellent. we will be departing off of 23, which is a 237 heading to 1100 feet, then a 245 heading out to Manuel there. We'll get radar vectors to Sauveur, then Sakit, then Ditki. From there we'll go direct to Sainan, then Miglo, and I should have this chart up. Loop. Let's go ahead and put that chart up. So we have this. I said Sauveur, Sekit, Detki, Sainan, and then Miglo. And from there we shall pick up the transition on the HAB 7. The HAB 7 says we will be over Miglo, then redo at or below 330. Oh, that's 6 left or right. Okay, so from that, scratch that. We get Igbud. Then we want Epmok at or below 240. So that looks good. Then we have RV. Then Habs is going to be at or below 16,000. Then we get Komau. Then Mitig at or below 9,000 feet. Then Agnag. Then Titus at or below 4,000 feet, 210 knots maximum. And then we have Maxod between 3 and 4, 210 knots. And then lastly is Avuvi. Wow, Avuvi. And from there we'll do the ILS at 24 right. Let's go ahead and bring that chart up. Excellent. So from there we have Luna, then Volax. From Volax to the runway, 4.2 miles, 3-degree glide slope. We got 4 miles, 3-degree glide slope. That looks good. For the missed approach, it's going to be a climb to 3,000 on a heading at 237, then a right turn direct to the Montreal viewer and hold. So that all looks good there. Let's go ahead and do a quick briefing, shall we? Are you ready for a briefing? Yep. It does look like they're done boarding in the back there, so that's good. What are your threats? The biggest threat is going to be taxiing out of here. There's no ATC online, so we got to rush out for the aircraft. Yeah. We'll taxi out nice and slow. We'll make sure that our runway is clear before we take off on it. Let's plan on going out on Alpha Hotel down to the end to runway 23. When we do get down there, plan on doing a flaps 2 flex, standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we need to reject for? No. Excellent. In the event of an engine failure, we'll continue straight ahead to about 5,000 feet. We'll clean up the aircraft with the ECAM, and after that we'll plan on making a return to runway 23. Has 11,120 feet of runway. That's plenty of enough runway for us. Otherwise we'll continue out to flight level 240. 22.8 is in standby, and we're still squawking 2,000 because no TC is online. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to add to that? Nope. Excellent. In that case, I think we're done getting our fuel. We'll go ahead and turn our fuel on. There's that. I'll wait on the pumps because I'm not too sure if they're, or the beacon light because I'm not too sure if they're still loading bags. Engines, we have the oil Fuel looks good. I need to go the other direction, actually. Fuel pumps are on, balanced. Hydraulics all look good. Our pressurization is an auto with the correct landing elevation, and our engine oil looks good there. Also, I forgot we need to turn our recorder ground control back on. Excellent. So now we are just waiting on them to finish up the boarding process down below. Apparently they're using the containers here in Toronto. Absolutely amazing. Again, welcome to Turn and Burn Tuesday. I'd like to thank each and every one of my subscribers this evening for making this channel what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully you're having a good time hanging out here, watching some real world Air Canada operations. Look like they are all done boarding up. Let's head back inside. We have the final company message here. Let's go ahead and return. Bring up that final load sheet. We'll go ahead and accept that. Let's go ahead and dismiss you. We can go ahead and get our beacon light going on. That should arm our 4 exits here. I'm just gonna give it a second to stop freaking out, and then we'll go continue push back nose right. There we go. Before that happens, I'm gonna go ahead, look around. No one is in the alley. No one is coming in. Let's go ahead and release our parking brake, shall we? I'll bring the sound up. Frank, where are you? Hold on. Now I gotta find where you are, Frank. Because I do not see... Is this you? This looks like an A320 right here. Is this you, Frank? In the A320, Air Canada A320? Look at that airplane. We have, what is this? Another A320 right here. That's an A320. For sure, that's an A320. No one else is over here. We have a completely empty terminal. Yeah, it's pretty empty outside of the few airplanes there. So I'm hoping that's you. There, Frank. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's you. You passed me. Oh, did I pass you? I don't see you. I see someone. I do not see you then. I mean, I have the model. Sorry. Oh, well. Now I got myself in a loop. There we go. Let's go ahead and set the brake. I'm in front of you. Yeah, I that's interesting. that I don't see you because... Okay, you said the one on the other side there is you? Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. We'll go ahead and get the second engine started here while they, the brakes are set, by the way. Okay. I'm like, the brakes are set. Alright, so, yeah, this is you right here. This is you, Frank, in the A320. That, I mean, just look at how massive that A320 wing is. Like, it is a huge wing. Huge wing. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I can't wait for the Synoptic A320 to come out. Is just like, how does it fly? Does it fly? Like, is it just a large glider? Like, you would think it looks like a large glider. A baby Dreamliner? Yeah, 100%, right? Like, look at how big, like, how much that wing tilts up. So I cannot wait for that. Alrighty, ground crew is clear. I'm pretty sure we have 2 solid engine starts there. I'm gonna go ahead and hop back into our flight deck, and yeah, we have 2 solid engine starts. So let's go flaps 2. My taxi light on? Yes, it is. Okay. Blinding the ground crew this entire time. Status message that it has been checked. I forgot to do it before start checklist. That is okay. We'll skip right to the after start checklist. Engine anti-ice we don't need. Status is checked. Rudder trim is 0. The after start checklist is complete. Before we actually move anywhere, let's go ahead and do our before takeoff stuff. Flight control checks. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Rudders. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. All right, so let's go ahead and get our auto brakes up to max. We're going to be 4 units, 0.4 units down on the trim. So we'll go ahead and set that. Predictive wind shear is on, and let's go ahead and do a config check. That looks good. Before takeoff checklist, flaps, we have 2 planned and 2 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are all checked. Weight, we have 144.8, and we were planning on 144.1. That looks good. Step trim 30.3%. We got 30.3%. Flight controls check. TCAM memo is take off, no blue. We are to the line. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to make calls right now, so that is quite all right. I'll push back once my IRS finishes aligning. Okay, so you are still trying to get there. Are you like, what A220 are you in? Is it the Synoptic A220, or are you a beta tester? Frank? Eddie, how are you doing? Welcome. Glad you are able to make it out to another Turn and Burn Tuesday. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Eddie says, "Great Eagle, how are you?" I am doing quite well. Thank you very much, Eddie, for being able to make it out to another live stream. Really do appreciate it. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. Let's see, Frank. How many more minutes until your IRs align? There. Let's go ahead and we're gonna take Alpha. So we'll look at left. We're clear left. Okay, cool. So we should be clear to take a right-hand turn here on Alpha. Frank says no. Oh, the is it vertical? I think is what it's called. Okay, so when the synaptic comes out, or synaptic, I don't know why I say synaptic. That definitely will be a huge upgrade. You say pushing back now. No worries, Frank. I am not someone that taxis super fast, so you do have plenty of time to get pushed back and started up there. I have no clue. I hope I don't fall off the map here. This is very worrisome for me. I have not seen this in the Montreal, or what is this, Toronto scenery? So it is very interesting how Flight Sim can just have some of these weird glitches. Okay, it didn't stop me. I did not get stuck in cement this time. Taxiing out. Max Racing, you can vouch. The last stream in Charleston, for some reason, we just came to an abrupt stop and I was not able to get out without slewing out of it. So there we go. Eddie says, cool, thank you. Oh, excellent, Eddie. I'm glad you are doing quite well there. Thank you. It's, hopefully everything is going well in your job search as well. I do think about that a lot more than you think I would. So I really hope everything is going quite well for you, Eddie. Oh, I should probably get the turn music paused there. Let's go ahead and turn our simulator volume back down. I'll turn it back up for takeoff 100%. There we go. I have done the before takeoff checklist. That's the great thing about when you do the before takeoff checklist to the line. You pretty much are done. So once we turn on to, what is it, hotel here, we can finish the before takeoff checklist and we'll be on our way. One of the things I did quite recently that I have never done before, and it is something quite unique to the Airbus, is a thrust bump, and Phoenix doesn't have, I don't think they have the information to simulate the thrust bump takeoff, and you know, it is kind of a misleading terminology, because you're not actually, it's not like the 737, right? Like the 737 and most of the Boeings, what you do is you have full rated and you derate it. You can derate it to certain thrust ratings, right? And then from there you can set a temperature based on the derate setting, whereas that really doesn't happen on the Airbus. But we can bump the engines, and it's very misleading in the aspect that you aren't bumping the engines. They will never go above the max rated power, right? Like, so you're not bumping the engines up, but you can stave off just a few more degrees what that maximum temperature can be on that engine. When I say maximum temperature, right? So like, let's say it's, 35 degrees outside, and you have to do a toga takeoff at 35 degrees. So like you can say, hey, bump me up. When I say bump me up, saying, hey, even though it's 36 degrees outside, don't bump my thrust down. Still pretend that it is 36 degrees outside. Or let's say if it's 37 degrees outside, hey, don't bump me down from 35 to 34 degrees. Keep me at 36 degrees. So you're keeping the max power of that engine for a few degrees warmer than it normally would be allowed to go. So you're not bumping the max power of the engine. You're just taking the max temperature that you're allowed to use toga thrust, and you're bumping it up a few degrees. And so I finally got to do that a few days ago. Let's see. Let's go outside. Toronto traffic. Air Canada 3318 will be departing runway 23 on the I forgot the departure already. The Jetz 5. Alrighty, Toronto traffic, Air Canada 3318 will be departing runway 23 on the Jetz 5 departure. Toronto traffic. Alrighty, so final looks clear. The runway looks clear. We can go inside and get everything going. Excellent. Let's do below the line runway and FMS. We have runway 23 in the box on the screen and out the window checked. Minimum takeoff fuel. Uh, 16.9 required, 17.0 on board. Flight attendants notified engine mode is normal. TCAS is at TARA. The before takeoff checklist is complete. We shall round the corner. Eddie says, thanks, slow but sure. Glad things are progressing for you. I'm really happy for that, Eddie. So, thank you very much for keeping me updated, and also coming in and spending your evenings with me. Like I said before, you truly are a lifesaver for those crew members that are out there getting in at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're just hungry. They want something to eat before they go to bed. And you come in, you're the hero in the night, sir. Alrighty. We're clear left. We're clear right. Let's go ahead and turn this in volume up. I will talk to you all in the air. Here we go. Flex thrust set. AD checked. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Climb. Climb ahead. Toronto traffic. Air Canada 3318 is 2,500. We're climbing. Flight level 240 will be departing to the north. Toronto traffic. Alright, flaps 1. Alright. So once we accelerate through flaps up, we'll go direct of her. Alright, autopilot 1 is on. I'll go ahead and preload direct severe in there. Excellent. Alright, there we go. Let's go flaps up. We'll do it from the back. Here we go. Excellent. Let's execute the direct severe. And we'll go ahead and stow our speed brakes there. Or disarm our speed brakes there. And after takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, no lights. Flaps are up, and we have diff P. After takeoff checklist is complete, let's get to the back for this beautiful return over to Solver. Let's see. All right, on VATSIM radar, sorry. We have Toronto to Montreal, BC 796. Okay, so that's you, Frank, is Air Canada 796. I see you taxiing out there. Excellent. You should be airborne here in another, minute or so? So when I get to Montreal, I'll try to switch to my drone view so I can get your landing there, Frank. That way I got your landing as well. Hopefully you enjoy the flight dynamics of the Virtue Cal. A320 there. It gets the job done again. All right, there you go. Frank is about to take off runway 23. Absolutely amazing. You can see Toronto, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's downtown Toronto right here. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, judging on how many high density buildings are there, I'm pretty sure that's downtown Toronto. And then you have the airport right here. Frank's about to take off right here, so we won't be able to see him, but he'll be rolling right here. That's the runway we just took off on right here. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get all those off. We'll ding the seatbelt sign there. like I said, there's downtown Toronto right here. I don't know what they call this little building right here. It's like the Canadian Space Needle. I don't know what to call it. It's the Canadian Space Needle. That's what it looks like to me. So there we go. And then the airport back down here. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said, this livery absolutely looks amazing. Surrounded by an insane amount of snow. Like, there's a reason black looks so good. Rouge. Maybe I try to work some Rouge flights into my Flight Sim Expo streaming next week. That's another one that I kind of wanted to do, is some like Rouge traffic. So we'll see. We'll see if I can work that in. But I kind of want to work in all the airlines. I mean, there's so many airlines that fly the Airbus, right? You have Air Canada, you have Rouge, you have Delta, United American, you have JetBlue, Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant. Geez, am I missing anyone else? Like, there's just a lot of different airline options, a lot of different livery options. Hi, Frank. So that's Frank flying with us up to Montreal. No, let's not start meowing now. Okay. Let's see. Transition standard. Set once, set twice, and set thrice. There we go. We'll go ahead and get the wing light off as well. I'll go ahead and get the in-flight music going there, and while that happens, let's go ahead and see what the altimeter is up in Montreal. We got CYUL. That looks good. Weather METAR 170 at 11, gusting 17. So I'm guessing 24 is the most appropriate runway still there. So that will be what it is. 23 degrees, 29er 82. So we'll go 29er 82. Set once, set twice, and set thrice. Excellent. That all looks good. I'll zoom that out a little bit more. There we go. We're going to be cruising a little bit longer than we did the last time. A little bit of a tailwind, so that is quite all right. We already reviewed the arrival, so no need to go back and review every point on the arrival there. Looks awesome. Is this 2024? Yes, it is, Eddie. It is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I have been streaming in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for the last several months now. And I do try. I'm hoping very much so that the quality is coming through on your end. but I do try to stream in 4K as well. So if you're able to see it in 4K, even better. If you don't have the internet connection to see it in 4K, maybe you can only see it in 1440p, maybe only 1080p. Hopefully it still is coming through nice and crisp for you. Whatever the resolution is, obviously the higher you can view it in, the better. That's what I want, right? Like, that's why I try to stream it in 4K, so that you can see the beauty that is the simulator. It is an amazing simulator. And I think everyone should be able to experience the thrill of flight, the thrill, the freedom. It's really the freedom of flight that Flight Simulator gives you. So even if you don't have a 4K monitor, even if you can't stream it in 4K, even if you can't see anything in 4K, if you can just even see it in 1080p, trust me, my last system was a 1080p system, and I still fell in love with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 because it was that beautiful. In 2024 is just a little bit better. The visuals are just... Right, I'm gonna bump us up to 345 knots there. I don't need Toronto traffic in there anymore. Let's go ahead and let's bring back Montreal 19.9. So we'll do 19.9. 19.9. Beautiful. There we go. 19.9. Eddie says on my PC now, which is 1080. If I watch it on my TV, it's 4K. Okay. So I mean, you know, it's... I don't care how you view the world, right? You come to the stream, you see it in 1080p. Amazing. I love it. I love that you're here. I love that you're spending time with me. I love that you have the opportunity to hang out and just chill. Hopefully you have some popcorn. I really hope you have some popcorn because, you know, you're here for the viewing experience, right? You're here to chill, relax, de-stress from whatever it is that is stressing you out today. Just take a moment, breathe in, and have an amazing time. Look at some clouds pass you by. It's beautiful. Frank says YYZ airspace is getting full. ATC is missing out. Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of people departing and arriving out of Toronto. It's kind of ridiculous. There's like, I can't even count how many airplanes in and around the Toronto airspace right now. So you made it out. I see you right behind me, about 10-15 miles behind me. So yeah, I don't know why it got so busy when it did, but you know, hopefully someone gets online soon, because once you start getting a chain of people coming in, it starts getting really hard to separate yourselves and vector yourselves. I mean, we can do it. You can see each other on TCAS, but it becomes a task. Frank says the clouds look so nice. Oh, amazing, right? And I'm sure you see it in your simulator as well, Frank. Oh, you're flying real time, so you have city lights. Yeah, no, I'm flying. So usually when I fly evening time on the East Coast slash Central Time, I generally will move the time 12 hours backwards. So instead of, what's the time? It's 10 o'clock right now, right? So like, so instead of it being 10 o'clock in sim, it's 10 a.m. in the sim. So that's kind of how I run things for my streams. There on the West Coast, if it's early enough, right? Like, so I did a pretty early stream tonight, and if we were on the West Coast, I would leave it real time, because it will still be daylight out, and then like closer to the end of the stream, it will be evening time slash sun setting slash city lights coming out. So like it kind of like brings all of those amazing things of the sim together at the same time. But that's only if I fly on the West Coast. If I'm not flying on the West Coast, Pacific's slash Mountain Time, then I will adjust the sim time so to be in the morning versus in the evening, which is how I kind of do things there. Yeah. Don't know why I hit that button. Why are we banked so hard to the left? I have no clue. We've reached our cruising altitude. Looks good. Seatbelt sign is off. I have no clue what happened in the last 30 minutes or so. We were up to 175 subscribers. I've lost 4 somehow in the last 30 minutes. Don't know where you went, but I am sorry that I was absolutely that terrible that you had to leave. It's quite all right. Here's the thing. You have your favorite flight simmer. Follow them. Give them a like. Give them a subscribe. Interact with them in the chat. I'm doing this because I love flight simming, right? Like, I'm gonna be here on my day off, chilling, flight simming anyway. But I want to include you in that. I want to show you some of the real ins and outs of Airbus flying. And that's about it. We're here to have a good time. So, I mean, I have my favorite flight simmers as well. Right? I'm not one of my favorite flight simmers. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be my own favorite flight simmer. But no, like, I have my own favorite flight simmers that I love to follow, and fly along with and interact in the chat with and stuff like that. So, not all the time do I get to do that because I gotta work, right? So like a lot of times when they're streaming, I have to be at work or I have to be in rest because I need to rest up for my flight the next day. So not a lot of times do I get to join in on the fun like Frank is tonight, right? So thank you, Frank, for joining in and flying along with me tonight. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel like I'm a major flight simmer. I'm not a major flight simmer, but thank you. I appreciate that. As much as I love flying with other flight simmers to flood the VATSIM network there when they get to fly online. So, I mean, I love flying. I don't know what to say. I love flying. The sky looks beautiful. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And here's the other thing that I absolutely love with the... Oh, it's gone. But the inclusion of high altitude clouds is absolutely amazing. There we go. There's our high altitude clouds over there. So the inclusion of high altitude clouds is absolutely amazing. I'm glad that in Flight Sim 2024 they were able to get cirrus clouds into the simulator. One day we can get a conga line going, right, Frank? One of these days, maybe, you know, we can overwhelm the controllers. Eddie says, I'm really thinking of using my 4K OLED 48-inch TV monitor. Only 48 inches, Eddie? And I don't judge, sorry. 4K is amazing. So, like, right now, I don't know if you were here earlier for the whole conversation about the curved screen monitors, but I'm running two 32-inch 34-inch. I have two 34-inch 4K monitors. One of them you're seeing right now is with a simulator. That's not centered. There we go. That's more centered. So right now, one of them right now you're seeing with a simulator. The other one has all the other apps that I run in the background for streaming my charts and stuff like that. So yes, 48 inches. Very impressive. Very impressive, sir. I remember in my college dormitory looking at a 24-inch HD TV. Like, HD TV, that's what it was called, HD. Like, there was nothing better than HD. That was it. You just had an HD TV. Now, there's 1080p, 2K, 4K, 8K, 16K, like there's a lot of Ks now. But still, when you view everything in its full aspect ratio that it was designed to be viewed in, even in regular games, when you view things in 4K, the games you played before, like Call of Duty, you play Call of Duty, right, in 1080p. But when you play Call of Duty in 4K, it's just different. And that's no different in Flight Simulator. When you see Flight Simulator in 4K, it's just different. It really is just different. All right, so we reviewed the arrival. Let's go ahead and ask our FO if he's ready for a briefing. Oh, he says he's ready for a briefing. Alrighty. What are your threats? Well, we don't have VATSIM controllers online, and probably taxiing around the Montreal airport here. Yeah, I would say those are the biggest threats there. We're landing on a different runway than we took off on. It should be a fairly easy taxi. And last time we got Bravo 4 to the ramp, so I'm thinking we should do that. Bravo 4 into the ramp, and then we'll park on gate 49, which is the gate we left off on. We reviewed the arrival. The HAB 7 arrival first restriction is going to be Mach at or below flight level 240. And the bottom is going to be Maxod at between 3 and 4 and 210 knots. Plan on doing a visual. We'll back it up with the ILX to runway 248. When we do land, plan on making a left-hand turn off, like we said. Bravo forward. We'll take that straight onto the ramp. Do you have anything else you want to add to? Flaps full, auto brakes low. Soft go around if we need to go mist. There's no ATC online, so we'll just do the published mist. Anything else you want to add to that? Nope. Excellent. Wow, good to know. Yes, Eddie. So it is like I said, at whatever it is that you play, when you do it in 4K versus 1080p or 720p, it's just different. The lighting is different. Okay, don't play Cyberpunk, right? Like Cyberpunk is not, it's not gonna work. That is, I couldn't run Cyberpunk if I tried. But looking at everything in all of its glory, yeah, 100%. It looks different. It looks different. Like, and the biggest thing that allows me to run everything in Flight Sim 2024 at 4K is frame generation. I'm not gonna lie, because like I've said this several times in several streams before, the sim runs at about 40 to 50 frames a second natively, but with frame generation I get 100 plus frames a second, right? And so that makes it a lot nicer to look around and enjoy things in 4K when you have the frame gen. Now when I go outside and you look into certain things like the engine, wow, frame gen is being really nice to me today. You can see some artifacting sometimes. Apparently today you can't see artifacting. I have no clue. Don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's go ahead and select 3,000 feet. And we'll go ahead and manage that. I'll manage my speed because reasons. Excellent. Flight sim. Okay, let's see. We have 40 to 50 is really good. I mean natively. So like when you think about that, like you also have to think like that's 40 to 50 frames per second in native 4K. That's not with any upscaling. I don't upscale, so that's no upscaling, no frame gen. That's 40 to 50 frames per second. Mind you, before I have the rig I have now, I was rocking a 1070 Ti, and I was getting barely 20 frames a second in just under 2K. And my dream, and this is just me, everyone is different, and I cannot fault anyone for whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, whatever your budget is. But my dream was to view the world of Flight Simulator in 4K. So I went out and I achieved that with my system. I do achieve a pretty consistent 4K experience, at about 40 or 50 frames per second without frame gen. And then you add the frame gen, it pretty much doubles your frames per second, right? I don't have a 5000 series card, so I don't get multi-frame gen. So it just doubles my frames, not triples my frames. So that 40 to 50 becomes 80 to 100, which is, I never thought I would see 100 frames a second in a flight simulator. I come from the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator 98, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004, FSX, stuff like that, where like you never got frames that high, and here we are looking at a silky smooth 1-to-1 scale of Earth at 100 frames a second. We're in the future. We are in the future. Here, I'll put the arrival up for you all. There we go. I'll hide that. I'll put the arrival up. There we go. For everyone to see. That's one of the things I absolutely do love about Flight Sim 2024 is I can put up the iPad for you all and put the chart up there. You can see the arrival. This is what we would see literally verbatim on the flight deck. I would bring this chart up. I would monitor our arrival. I can see our little magenta triangle. Chat. Real life. This is how it would be. I mean, I'm not sitting in a passenger cabin. Sometimes, if I'm deadheading around the system, I will bring up the iPad and look where we are and pull up the arrival and all that stuff. And you'd be surprised. On more than one occasion, I have brought up on a deadhead my iPad, pulled up their arrival, and not even their arrival. You can pull up, I mean, I don't know if this is going to happen. You can pull up this, right? And the person beside me was so thankful that they could see what was going on because they're a nervous flyer. They haven't flown that much, what have you, that they were able to at least see and have a little bit of insight to what was happening. And that's the thing. A lot of times, most nervous flyers, they're nervous because they don't have control. Pilots are the same way too. We can get nervous flying in the back, but it's because we don't have control over what's going on up front. We'd much rather be the ones flying the flight than sitting in the back of the flight. These are facts. We'd much rather be in control than sitting in the back enjoying our flight down to our vacation. Frank says we'll have the PS6 soon. Are we really gonna have a GTA 6? GTA 6 is never coming out, man. It's not gonna happen, Frank. It's not gonna happen, Frank. I mean, that is also very true. Some people will get so scared that their legs won't work. happened more than once. Oh, I have not descended. Oh my, I thought I was descending. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me I never reached cruising altitude. What was my, oh, 250. Oh my gosh. 240. We'll go ahead and put that in. Okay. Okay. Frank, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I am so high. Yeah. Let's get the boards out. Of course, this being a 1G airplane is only going to do that. All right. We'll go ahead and get the seatbelt sign back on. We got MIDIG at or below 9,000. That's not going to work. All right. Frank's over here laughing at my pain. That's okay. That's okay, Frank. I accept everything that's about to happen. What is going to happen, I'm going to pull this and go 340 knots. So, I have my ways of getting down, Frank. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Let's go ahead and we will silence you real quick. Excellent. And here in a little bit, once we get down to 10,000 feet, I'll go ahead and we'll get our replay going. Do I have performance? No. Okay. For some reason, I don't have that filled out. I don't know why, but that's all right. Weather, 170 at 11 is what it is. 170 at 11. The temperature is 22 degrees with an altimeter of 29er A3. So 29er A3, 29er A3, and 29er A3. There we go. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to 250 knots. I'm gonna go ahead and switch us over to the Montreal CTAF here. We'll go ahead and get all of you going. Excellent. Gate 49 is going to be our gate. Let's go ahead and nope, I don't want to load. I want to record our second replay. There we go. Excellent. Second replay is recording. Speed brakes are still out. Let's see. Progress. We're still insanely high. Don't worry about that. We're correcting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are correcting the F out of this right now. That is definitely a buildup I do not want to fly in. Not gonna lie. Passengers loving those G's. Yeah, right. I can learn from this, right? So lesson. Don't be flying around talking when you need to be doing work. There we go. Very dark cloud, but we're gonna pop out on the bottom here soon. 3,000 feet. That's over Lona. Coming down nicely. The airplane, if you get it done right, it will come down nicely. I don't know why it's not respecting my speed. That's the thing. Why are you not respecting my speed? In selected speed, it should not be doing whatever it wants to do. It should be, it should respect the speed. That's your descent rate down. We should be leveling at 3,000. Excellent. Gonna make a turn all the way around a 210. We'll go direct. Lonia, radial N, insert. I'm gonna pull that. No, don't do silly things like that. What did I say? 210. So we'll do 210, as well as slow it up to 170 knots. There we go. We're doing things. And at the same time, we're going to arm the approach and arm the second autopilot. Flaps 1, speed verified. Low capture. There we go. See, things happen. Just, I don't know why it did not respect the 250 knot selected speed in an open descent. It should respect the speed, not the profile. So I don't know. I don't know if I had something selected wrong or not. Let's see. Come down nicely though. Yes. If you got the speed brakes out, it will come on down very nicely. Now the 320 is kind of a hard airplane, because with the speed brakes out, it only comes down to half speed brakes. It won't go more than half speed brakes. That's all you get right there. So the 319, 321, they get more, but the 320, it only gets half speed brakes. So Montreal traffic, Air Canada 3318 is on a 13 mile final for runway 24 right, Montreal traffic. Alrighty. Flaps 2, speed verified. We'll go ahead. How you doing, bud? All right, so that is Frank just behind us. He's clearly descending on their arrival. And we'll try to land, turn off, and I'll try to get his landing as he's turning off, as I turn off there. So that will be the plan. Let's go ahead and go 10 nautical mile range. I do not know. I don't think I did a descent checklist. We can do one though. Altimeters 2983, auto brake is low, perfect approach page is set, arrival briefing reviewed. We're doing the ILS to runway 24 right, status is checked. Descent checklist is complete. The glide slope is alive. I do see the airport out there. So we got that going for us. Glide slope capture, set the missed approach altitude, which is going to be 3,000. That is set. Excellent. I love it when a plan comes together. Montreal traffic. Air Canada 3318 is on a 10-mile final. Runway 24 right. Montreal traffic. There we go. We'll just we'll keep updating our position as much as we can so that no one takes off 24 right. They should be taking off 24 left, but just in case, we keep giving our position. Beautiful bounce of the wing there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and manage our speed so we can go all the way down to final approach speed there. Gear down. Flaps 3. Speed verified. Lastly, flaps full. Speed verified. Before landing, checklist. Altimeters, we have 2983, 14 boarding. Engine mode, norm. TCAS, landing gear, down, and 3 green. ECAM memo, landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. I definitely see the runway out there. Go ahead and bring the sim volume up for you. We're stable. We have ground speed mini working again. We have a 20 knot headwind, which is why ground speed mini is so far above our hook there. All right, at this time I'm gonna go ahead and turn the autopilot on. Well, I'm gonna make one last call. Montreal traffic, Air Canada 3318 is on a 2-mile final, runway 24 right, Montreal traffic. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn the autopilot off.
Retard. 10, 5, retard.
Manual braking, auto brakes are off. Excellent. Let's go ahead and vacate right here. Don't know what taxiway this is. Oh, Bravo 4. There we go. Montreal traffic, Air Canada 3318 is clear of runway 24 right on Bravo 4. We'll be taxiing to the ramp via Bravo 4. Montreal traffic, last call. Excellent. So we'll taxi to the ramp via Bravo 4. Like I said, gate 49 is what it is. Flaps up. We'll go ahead and get rid of you, and you. Alright. We got the APU coming online. We shall go ahead and get, he's on a pretty long final. We'll go ahead and get gate 49. Ugh. I don't know. Hold on. There's, okay. Cool story. Hopefully this goes to 49. Yeah, it does. Nope. Air Canada. All right. Excellent. Ed E says, "Very nice landing, sir." Oh, thank you. A little bit better than what we had in Toronto there. Air Canada on final for runway 24 right. Where are you again? Don't wanna. Okay, he's at 3,000 feet. Excellent. So what I'll do is, we're getting close to our gate here. So what we can do is, I will do that. Parking brake is set. What I'll do is, we'll head back this way. We'll try to get Frank's Landing here before we head on into the gate, which is going to be gate 49. Well, that's going to be a decent ways away, but that's okay. Once we're at the gate and deplaning, I'll try to move the drone back over. That way it's ready for the replay when that happens. All right, Frank. Let's see this beautiful 220 come in. We got like these Air Canada 18 wheelers right here. Absolutely beautiful. Is this like a Canadian thing? Uniload? Uniload? Okay. Alright. We're all waiting on you there. gonna taxi a little further. Boop. I don't think he's quite close enough yet. So I'll try to get us into the gate. Let me know when you're in a 1 mile final. Boop. Boop. Alright, sweet. There he is. I see him out there. Alright, Frank, this is all you. This is all you. Look at that big, beautiful wing. Why doesn't this have any gear? Beautiful touchdown. Even with no gear, I can tell. Oh. There we go. There we go. That was a beautiful touchdown. Even with no gear, I could tell that was a greaser. Beautiful touchdown. Yeah, even even with no gear, I could tell he just rolled that on. A little bit of crosswind there. You can see him trying to fight it, but there he is, right there. There's Frank taxiing in the Air Canada A320. Absolutely fantastic there, Frank. We got two beautiful landings in one stream. Very Frank. I'm not abandoning you, but I'm gonna bring the drone camera back to my aircraft so it's in position for the replays. This looks like it used to be an old runway right there. So we'll get this right here. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so there we go. We'll go back into our aircraft. We'll bring the power up a little bit. 49 should be right here. Got A220 or A320 on the board. Oop. Shouldn't do it that hard. Ooh. Wait, nope. I'm still not there. Okay. No, that's not a stop okay. Really? Okay. The board made it look like I still had some space to go, but Clearly, I went too far. Anyway, seatbelt sign is off. Let's go ahead and shut down. Number 2, APU is on, so we can shut down number 1. We'll go back up top and shut down all our fuel pumps. Beacon light can come off. And for one last time, let's check our oil. Looks good. Hydraulics looks good. Status looks good. And we still have 1800 PSI. Shutdown checklist. The parking brake is on and checked. Engine masters are off. Engine mode norms. Speed brake disarmed. Radar's off. The windshield PWS is off. Fuel pumps are all off. Slides, we have 4 disarmed and the APU is on. The shutdown checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and go outside. Let's see, there we go. There's Frank coming in right beside us. Oh, he's getting ready to make this tight turn here on gate 48. I tell ya, like the Air Canada livery looks amazing as is, but the blacked out livery, simply the best. Thank you, Frank, for flying along with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. You have been one of the best. Can't wait for the Synoptic A320 to come out. Hopefully you will be able to enjoy that when it does come out there. Frank was able to get your landing caught on the stream there, so beautiful. He absolutely rolled it on a little bit of a crosswind there. You could see the aircraft crabbing into the wind there after you touch down. That is, I mean, absolutely normal when you have a crosswind there. You wouldn't think about it, but the airplane loves to weather vane into the wind. That happens quite frequently. Even in taxiing, you can feel where the wind is because the aircraft will try to turn into the wind. It happens a lot. But absolutely beautiful landing in the beautiful A320 there by Frank. He says, thanks for the stream, my friend. It was fun. No, thank you for joining. You made it even better. I really do appreciate it. We're going to unload this aircraft real quick. Once it's all done, we will roll it back and begin the replays there. Max Racing says 2 flights, not 2 great flights. Great 2 flights there. Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and stop the recording here. Excellent. I hope it's stopping. There we go. It has stopped. You say yes, it does love moving into the wind. And that's not just a simism. That's a real world thing. Like, even taxiing an airplane with a crosswind, it will try to turn into the wind. Like, it will try. Like, you can feel it in the steering tiller as you're trying the taxi, you have to turn it. You're constantly turning that tiller to keep the center line because it's trying to turn into the wind. So yeah, and I would expect with a wing as big as an A320 that the crosswinds can become very, very, very difficult very, very, very quickly. So there we go. I'll try to get some, let me get the turn music going. There we go. Why have I not done that yet? Also, why have I not taken a screenshot of this? There we go. There we go. Beautiful. I mean, chat. When you see the blackout and the whiteout, which one would you prefer? I like both of them. I'm not gonna lie. I do like both of them. But that blacked out livery. Alright, let's go ahead and log Alpha VATSIM. We will thank them for the ATC, even though no one was online today. Let's see. We go ahead and get rid of Fly Live. There we go. Excellent. Get rid of Fly Live. Once they are done deplaning, we'll go to the ready for takeoff state here, and let me bring the volume back down. There we go. We'll go back to the ready for takeoff state to do our replays here. First replay the landing in Toronto. It was kind of okay, right? I think we are done deplaning because I don't hear. Oh, nope. We are not done deplaning. Oh, interesting. Anyone else? Getting off? Or are we suddenly done now that I opened the door? Yeah, that's what I thought. I think we're suddenly done now that I've opened the door. Okay, cool. I'll come back up front. It has the time up there. Oh, you're not going to tell me when I stop, but you're going to have the time. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do that. We'll close that. We'll close this. Panel states ready. Activate. We shall wait for the gray boxes to disappear here, and we can activate our replays. There we go. Gray boxes are gone. We can activate our replay.
Terrain. Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
All right. So here's our first landing into Toronto. Your dog unplugged the Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, did he eat your homework as well? That's amazing. I did see that you just suddenly disappeared, so I'm not gonna blame you there. I don't blame you there. I don't blame your dog either. But if they did, if your dog did eat your homework, look at that wing just go. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Toronto is like an insanely large airport. I mean, it's a large city to begin with, but also a large airport. He chewed my electric scooter charger. Oh no, not the electric scooter charger. No. He can be forgiven for other things, but I don't know. I don't know if the electric scooter charger is going to be a thing. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Is it cheaper on Amazon or is it the same price everywhere? You can kind of see downtown Toronto there in the distance. That's how far the airport is from downtown Toronto. Like, it is like, downtown Toronto is like a moat of dust. Absolutely beautiful. Rolled it on. Not on centerline, one iota. Like, there was nothing about this that was on centerline. Like, if I zoom this in, not one thing about this landing says I was on centerline. But, I mean, I was able to roll it on. And that's about it. Yeah. Wasn't happy. And it's a special charger. Ooh. Look at there. Rolled it on. Not on centerline. All over the place. All over the place. Look at there. Look at that rudder kicking back and forth. He eventually figured it out. I eventually figured it out. Let's go right about there. All right, there I am. All right, here we go. We'll do just the side of the runway shot for this. And then look at that. Look at that. Grabbed into the wind, and then as soon as you land, you start going that direction. So you got to kick it out. So that's what that was there. That is quite all right. I'll back it up. I will back that up. Alrighty. There we go. Excellent. So we got that. Let's go ahead and we will load replay number 2 for you.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
There we go. We'll do that. So I can't get a cheaper. So the price is what it is, essentially, is what you're saying. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Engines come back to idle. Oh, roll that one on as well. Let's wiggle and waggle on that one as well. I don't know what wiggle and waggle. What is wiggle and waggle? I don't know. But there's definitely less back and forth on that one. Don't know if their cross one was ever so slightly less, but was mostly on center line. Beautiful. That's exactly what you're looking for. Just go to idle and wait for the ground to touch. That's literally all you're doing. You'll love the traffic on the highway in the background. You can see where the wind is. We're crabbed into the wind. Like, we're still crabbed into the wind. I never even decrabbed. I literally just flared until we touched down. Wow. The touchdown was absolutely fantastic. This one I'm gonna get the over the number shot. So first we're gonna do so we're gonna do this. All right, so we're gonna do that. Nope. Beautiful. Let's roll that back. Let's roll it back. What we're gonna do now, ooh, no. Don't do that though. We're gonna get the over the numbers shot is what we're gonna do. There we go. There's the numbers, there's the approach lights. All right, so we're gonna hit play. Gonna come over here. Love the maple leaf on the bottom of the airplane. Love the maple leaf on the bottom of the airplane. Oh, I'm zoomed in all the way. Beautiful touchdown still. Absolutely love it. That was zoomed in all the way from here? Man. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. We did the over the number shot. Now it's time to head back inside. Oh, one last time.
Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
There we go. We'll head back inside one last time. I'll get this in volume turned down just a little bit for us there. I would absolutely love to thank Draco, thank you. Max Racing, thank you for coming out and spending a little bit of time with me this evening, as well as Frank Gall, Canadian Aviation, Ed E. Really do appreciate it. If I'm missing your name, I don't mean to do it on purpose. But thank you for each and every one of the subscribers this evening that has hit that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate you. Tomorrow we'll be going from Montreal to either Chicago or Detroit. I'm not too sure, but thank you for each and every one of you who joined me this evening, who spent a little time in the Eagle's Nest. Until I see you at the next live stream, please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, I'm Grey Eagle. I'll see you at the next live stream. Peace.